The Quantum Trends Indicator has been developed to help you with one of the hardest aspects of trading, and that's staying in a trend. Getting in is the easy part. It's actually staying in and maintaining a position once a trend starts to build that is really difficult. And this is what the Trends Indicator has been designed to do. And it really works on two levels and could almost be considered a leading indicator. And this is why the trend dots themselves are very close to the price action. And as you'll see shortly in the video, we've taken some live price action and zoomed in to look at the trend dot formation in very fine detail. But if we take the two levels first, initially the trend dots will change colour according to the trend. So when we're in uptrend, paints it blue. When we're in a transitional phase or congestion, the trend dots will change to white. And finally, in a downtrend, they will change to red. And you can see several examples of that on this particular chart, which is a 4-hour of the euro-dollar. So that's on one level. Now at a second level, which is slightly deeper and perhaps less intuitive, is that as the trend dot develops, it takes a position on the price candle. This can be well below the price action, in the candle, in the body of the candle, or indeed well above the candle when we're in a downtrend. So depending on where the trend dot forms, will then give you a sense of, first of all, the momentum within the trend itself, and secondly, the future direction for the trend, whether it's slowing, in other words. Is the trend, the movement in the trend, is it coming to a pause point? And this is all revealed with the trend dot, which actually moves dynamically as the price action builds. And we're going to do that with a live example, which we've actually speeded up on a 1-minute chart to really show this in focus so that you can see the trend dot as it's created, how it's created, and the importance of where it sits within the price action. And this is why the trend dots themselves are very close to the price. Not only are they close physically on the candle, they're also very tight in terms of how they move in relation to the trend, the formation of the trend, and the changes in trend. So the trend dots and the price action are very close together. If we just run very quickly through this example, you can see we had a nice uptrend from the bottom left of the chart. The trend dots maintained blue through a minor phase of a pullback, continued up to the top, and then we reversed. We had a single transitional trend dot change to white, and then we moved into a down phase. This was then replaced. There was no transitional. We moved straight into a bullish trend again, up to the midpoint in the chart. A white trend dot was formed there. Then we're back into a bearish phase again. We had a little bit of a pause on the way down there with one white trend dot forming, and then the trend continued to the short side before bottoming out. A short phase of price congestion with two white trend dots, and then we were back into an uptrend again. Another transitional phase. In fact, we even had a red trend dot formed there, then a white one, and then we're back up into the bullish phase up to the top of the chart, and then quite an extended bearish phase developed with the red trend dots, over into an extended congestion phase. You can see there the trend dots were flattening, rising slightly. We had a transitional into blue, but it really didn't develop, and we'll look at the positioning of the trend dot shortly in terms of the price action. Over to the right, and then the bearish trend picked up once again with a move down towards the close of the session. Now we're going to look at the trend dots in very fine detail. You'll see them live in action forming, and I can talk you through how and why it is that the position of the trend dot in relation to the price action also reveals the momentum of the trend and the future direction of the trend, and why this isn't just a simple trend indicator, it also reveals momentum and future direction. Now let's move to a 1 minute chart for the pound dollar. And this is in real time, but it has been speeded up by a factor of about 8. But we are on a 1 minute chart, and we've recorded this to show you how the trend dot develops in real time. As you can see, and as I explained earlier, it's the position of the trend dot in relation to the price action which is important, and also in relation to the previous trend dot. And it gives you a sense of momentum and also of whether the trend is slowing and moving into a transitional phase, or whether the trend is strong and likely to continue. You can see that as the price action develops, the trend dot itself moves with the price action. On that last candle, it's moved inside the spread of the candle. And also you'll note that the trend dot itself does not change colour until the price bar has actually closed off. On that last candle, the blue trend dot was well below the price action, even though the price action was to the downside on that particular candle. Again, on the next candle, we're still below. Now we've moved slightly inside the spread of the candle. Let's see where this one closes. It's still below. It's pushing up, in other words. The trend dot, if you like, is providing support. It's confirming the strength of the momentum. And once the trend dot moves inside the spread of the candle, then it's signaling a potential slowdown or possible reversal. Certainly weakness at any rate. Here again, you can see the trend dot is still white. It hasn't closed off yet. It's well below the price action at the moment. And if it remains there, then that is going to be supportive of the price action for that particular candle. There we are, that's closed off as blue. Now perhaps we're starting to see a minor reversal perhaps. The trend dot has flattened a little bit, still below the candle, although that candle is red. Now we're seeing the next candle form is still blue, the trend, but the actual price action is red. We're moving to the downside. And you can see that the trend dot has now transitioned to the upside of the candle. In other words, we've transitioned from bullish to bearish. And also you'll note the trend dot, the red trend dots, are now sitting above the candle. In other words, they're pushing down on the price action. They're outside the body of the candle. That last one has just moved fractionally inside. We'll see what happens on this one just forming. There we are, it's pushing down. Now we're seeing quite a strong reversal. We've got some bullish price action coming in. The trend dot has transitioned high. It's still red. Let's see where this one closes. It's red, but note where the trend dot is. It's below the price action. So it's providing some upwards momentum at this point. The next one is above the candle. So that's providing a little of downwards pressure on the price action. Let's see where that one closes. That's blue. It's bullish, but note that it's slightly lower than the previous one. Still above the price action. So there is still an element of bearish sentiment around. Very tight price action phase we're moving into. A red trend dot formed there in the body of the candle. So we're looking a little bit weak. Let's see what happens now. Now we've got a white trend dot. We're moving into a transitional phase. But note where the position of the trend dot. It is inside the body of the candle. So we're not in a strong phase of price action here. We're in transition. We're white. We're in the price action. Got some very narrow spread candles there. A couple little doji candles. Let's see where this next bar forms. We've got a blue trend dot there. Very narrow price action. We're in transition. The trend dots are flat. Still remaining bullish. They're in blue. Let's see if we get a breakout on this one. Note where the trend dot is. It's inside the body of the candle, so not firmly bullish. This next one may confirm the bullish nature of the price action. Yep, that's outside. It's now underneath. It's providing support to the trend. And it's blue. as is the next one, outside of the body of the candle, and quite a way away from the body of the candle with that wick below. Trend dot is flattening there. We had a little bit of a down candle, that red one. Trend dot is still blue though. Flattened off, we're still blue. Holding the trend. Let's see where this next one closes. Just pausing for a moment, the price action. And there we are, you can see the trend dot is now in the body of the candle. So not strongly bullish. We've had a down candle there, but the trend dot has remained blue. Got a wick to the underside. Now we've got another up candle, but again, note where the position of the trend dot is. It's inside the body of the candle. So we are mildly bullish, not strongly bullish. Now we've moved to the bottom third of the candle on that last bar that's formed there. And now we're moving outside the body of the candle. So we now have strong upwards support, upwards momentum. We've got a supporting trend dot in place, and on that little down candle as well, that little pullback. And this is what it's all about. It's looking at not just the trend dot colours themselves, but also their relationship to one another and where they sit in terms of the price action. At the top there, the bullish trend dot is deeply below the body of that candle. Even though it was a doji candle, a long-legged doji candle there, you can see it was well away from the price action, so providing upwards momentum to the move. Then we see the trend dot move back inside the body of the candle, and there at the top we've got two down candles. We've got a rollover in the price action in terms of the trend dots. They're still blue. Oh, and then we had a big jump in price. That must have been on news or some other release. And there you can see the trend dot has jumped. It's back inside the body of the candle, and the next trend dot thereafter looks as though it's going to be well outside the body of the candle, well below, so providing plenty of upwards momentum at that point. Then it's slowed again. We've got the trend dot back inside the body of the candle. We've now got a couple of Dow candles forming. Let's see if this next one's an up or a down. The trend dot is just above, so we've still got some downwards pressure there. The trend dot is above the price action, so it's pausing. It's a little bit of bearish down pressure there, although the trend dot hasn't actually transitioned to red. We've transitioned into white. We're moving sideways. We've moved into the body of the candle. Now we're moving outside. We're underneath the candles again, and we're moving on to the next phase of price action. The trend dot is still blue. It's below the body of the candle and providing upwards support, if you like. It's helping the price action higher. And equally, as they move above candles in a downtrend, then they are pressing the price lower. In other words, they're pushing the price lower. So the trend dots are trying to provide a view, not just on transitional phases, not just on whether the trend is bullish or bearish or whether we're in transition, but also trying to give you a sense of the momentum, whether we're pausing, and it's all through the prism of where the trend dot is in relation to the price action. And this is why we developed it, to try and analyze and give you a sense, deconstruct the price action, if you like, by looking at the candles and the relationship of the trend dots associated. And you can see as the price action forms, the trend dot will move around considerably, and judging where it is in relation to whether it's in the upper third, the lower third, in the body of the candle, or is it outside or well outside the body of the candle, will give you clues as to whether a trend is slowing, picking up momentum, or moving into a congestion phase. And we're just coming to the end of this sequence. You can see there the trend dots are flattened. We're still bullish, even though we've got a couple of down candles there, but we're in a congestion phase. Just see what this one does here. We're coming towards the end. We've got a white trend dot form there, so we're in congestion. Are we going to move to the upside? Looks as though we are. Yes, we are. The trend dots turn blue again, but it's inside the body of the candle, so we're waiting for further momentum to come into the market to move it outside, which it has done on the next candle. And finally up at the top here, just see what happens on that one. The trend dot is just underneath the body of the candle there. And that's what the quantum trends indicator has been designed to do. On one level, it's a very simple indicator designed to help you hold the trend, to show you when a trend is bullish or bearish or in a congestion phase. But on a secondary level, and perhaps a deeper level, it's really designed to help you deconstruct the price action, to see inside the price action, to try and visualize where the trend is going next by looking at the momentum that is in the trend through the prism of the trend dot and its relationship to price action. I hope that's explained the trends indicator for you. Thanks for watching and see you soon.